Hello and welcome to Mistakes Were Made. This is a channel that I created to document my family's progress with debt reduction and eventual elimination, focusing mostly on personal debts, credit card debts, car payments, those kinds of things. Mortgage is way down the line. So today we are doing our budget with me for the first pay period in February, so the 1st through the 15th. If you are new to our channel, welcome. Just as an FYI, we budget on a per paycheck basis, and my partner's pay is every other week, and mine is twice a month. So we have determined, at least for now, that it makes most sense to break the month up into two pay periods. So we are focusing right now on the first one. If you have been following along with us for a little bit now, welcome back. I appreciate you taking your time to catch up, see what we're doing, and absolutely appreciate those of you that do drop notes in the comments, whether it's helpful hints and tips or it's just a hey, hello, how are you doing. All of you are appreciated, very much so. Now, I guess we will get started because I don't want this to be a crazy long video. I know my videos tend to get a little bit on the long side because I like to ramble. So let's get going. I will say before we get started, I'm doing a little bit different of a camera setup. It's less awkward for me as far as being able to reach and touch stuff, but it's also creating a little bit of a shadow that is annoying to me. Hopefully it's not too annoying for you guys. Let me know if it is. But we'll figure some stuff out. So to get started, so if you saw our recap of the second pay period of January, the 15th through the 31st, then you're a little bit familiar of the amounts that we are going to be working with. So we had determined that we have a $1545.66 for one of our incomes, and then $1977 and 38 cents for the other one, and we had a rollover amount of $213.62. I don't know how easy that is to see there. Let's do that a little bit, which brings us to you know what, this was supposed to go over here. So we'll just put the total right over here, which is 3736.66. That's weird. Okay, so for our cash envelopes, we are not making the same mistake that we made the last pay period, which it's only going to be a 4-week month as far as I am aware. I'll take a quick look see at our calendar. Maybe. Where did I need to put, okay, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, good. Double check that. So for this first pay period, we are allotting $200 for groceries. We have $100 for gas. We have $50 for entertainment. Household is going to get $25. The loan for my mom, from my mom, $250. Savings is $185. Car maintenance gets $100. Christmas is going to get $12. Garden is going to get $25. Giving will get $5. Dining out will get $50. Licenses $34, and taxes will get $42. So this is going to be the cash envelope money, and We will do a video where we do the stuffing for this, and that will be later. 34 and 42, $1,078. So if we're working with, what was that, 37, 36, 66. I know some folks, they'd rather that I didn't have the cents on there, and I definitely get it, but I don't know, something about doing this process, I kind of like to be precise, or as precise as I can be. Okay, so we're going to take that 37, 36, 66. That means we have 2, 6, 5, 8, 66 left. So I'm going to take that amount and drop it down here. Okay, credit cards. So we are doing something that's a little bit different this time around, and I alluded to that during our recap of last pay period. For Citibank, we are going to do $100. For the new Reflex account that we created or we opened, this is the account where we transferred the Amazon credit card and our US Bank credit card, which had our two highest interest rates. We did a 0% balance transfer onto this particular card. So this is going to get $175. Now, where we have a difference is typically it would have been Citibank, US Bank, and Amazon that got paid during this pay period. And since two of those are gone, we now just have these two. Well, that's only $275. What we decided was, excuse me, because the lack of interest that's going to be charged, and the fact that the minimum payment for the new credit card was significantly lower than the two cards separately were, we're going to take that extra and do kind of the modified snowball and apply that to our Bank of America card. Now, you may have a question as to, well, why are you doing that on the Bank of America card instead of your lowest balance card, which at this point would be Citibank, or on your highest interest rate card, which would be Discover? And the reason being is Bank of America does also have a 0% promo, and this one is going to be due before any of the others that we have in play right now. So we are going to allot $450 payment for the month, and we are going to break it up into two payments, one during the first pay period and one during the second. So we are going to actually do $225 for that payment. And I think going this route, it kind of evens out the amount of money that's coming out, and it's essentially utilizing the same amount of money that we had budgeted for debt previously based on minimum payments. So we're not pulling more money out than we were spending before. It's still the same overall amount going towards debt, whether it's my mom's loan or the credit card. So by going this route and adding that savings that we're getting because of the balance transfer and applying it over here, it's sort of a snowball effect. I think it's not because we've technically paid off any debts that we have extra money to go to things, but by moving things around, more money became available to be shifted somewhere else than where it was going before. So that was a very long-winded explanation. So if we take a look and add these two together, or these three together, we are now at $500. Our mortgage, again, at least for now, is the typical $840 for this particular pay period. We do pay once each pay period on the mortgage. So it's $840 is not the sole amount for our mortgage. Boy, do I wish it was. So yeah, so we will rewrite this again. Minus 840. And let's see what we got. 2658 minus 500 and minus, make sure I did minus again, 840 gets us to 1318.66. Okay, so for recurring monthly costs during this first pay period in February, we have Netflix, which is $15.49. We have our car insurance, which is $114.34. I'm not being very consistent with my little dollar signs. The second car insurance is $204.59. We do a transfer into one of our savings in the amount of $100, and our Kindle, and by our I mean my Kindle subscription, is $11.99. I'll be honest, I still have not researched the library option of getting free books. I have been very lazy about that, and obviously this is $12 that I could potentially be saving. I have no excuse other than that I've just been lazy and tired, and it hasn't been at the forefront of my mind. Maybe once things settle down because the job is gone, I'll look into that a little bit more. But for right now, the budget we have is budgeted, and this is a cost that we can bear. So, we are where we're at. Okay, so $15.49 plus $114.34 plus $204.59 plus $100 plus $11.99 means we have $446.41, and we're looking at $1318.66 minus $446.41, which gives us $872.25. All right, so that is our budget for the first half of the month. This amount is our unallocated money. For those of you who are new, in a perfect world where my job wasn't going away and this was the budget that we were working under because we had smartened up and were being, better stewards of the money that we were making, we would be using this to help reduce our debt. This money would get allocated out to credit card debt, whether it would be the full amount on, Bank of America to help bring that down or whatever. But that's not the situation we are in. Instead, because at some point my job is still slated to go away, we are trying to bulk up our savings so that we can hit what, based on the budget that we're working under right now, we believe will be enough funds to cover 6 months. We're kind of leaning towards that time period just because it's a decent amount of time, and it feels like that's a attainable goal to have between the money we save, the money I should be getting for unused but accrued PTO, the small but better than zero severance package that we're going to have, between all of those income or money amounts, it feels like what we would need to get there to cover 6 months worth of my pay. So, and that's what it is. It's not to cover the entire budget. It's just to cover what my pay would have been contributing to is most attainable. So, $872 is what's left. We like to keep a $200 buffer in the account, so that would leave $672 available to go into savings. Again, I like the round numbers, so we would actually only transfer 650. So 650 from that 872.25 leaves us with $222.25. So that's what the rollover would be. And to see what we might expect for the second pay period in February, we're going to do our typical expected pay amounts, though as we know we had a little bit of a difference up here of $15.61, and what I am considering to be our new allocated. This one I'm not going to make perfect because again I am mostly sure that this is the new amount that I should be expecting, but I want to give a little bit of leeway and we'll see, what the next pay period has to offer. Most often the first pay that comes in that first pay period, so for my first pay, the 15th of the month, there's usually a bonus involved, but I don't like to budget that ahead of time because you just never know. Maybe it'll be an amount that I'm not expecting, either high or low, or maybe it won't happen at all. So we will just budget that $19.75. So we will add that together, which gets us to $3,758.25 is what we are anticipating we will be working with for the second half of February. So we'll just have to see kind of where things land once we get through this first half of the month budget, as well as what the pay situation ends up actually looking like. And who knows, it's possible that this February becomes the month where we do get that notification that the job is truly finally gone. I don't know. It's living through this right now. I would not wish this on anybody. I cannot stress how much I am grateful that I am able to continue to have the pay that I am making. And having the opportunity to build up the bank that we are trying to build up to weather once it's finally gone. But it is stressful. It is very stressful not really knowing when the bottom is going to drop out. So I talked about it a little bit in the recap video for last pay period. I'm toying with the idea of maybe doing a video just kind of talking about my thoughts, concerns, and all of that stuff about the whole job loss thing. I just don't know if it'd be too depressing or too whiny or too annoying for people. So I'm not sure if that's something that I want to do a video on or not. So if you have any particular thoughts along those lines, let me know. If you have any questions, ideas, suggestions, or anything like that, just about the budget and budgeting process as a whole, please drop those down below as well. As I've mentioned before, I do read them all and I try to respond in some way to all of them as well. So very much appreciate you watching. Again, if you're new, welcome. I hope you found something of interest and that you can take from this. And if you've been a watcher since the beginning or even just recently, welcome back. Thank you for spending your precious time to listen to me ramble about what our budget looks like and our money situation and all of that. All right, well, I think we are going to end it there. So we'll see you in the next one.